morning. Ocholi Okutepa is my name. So I'm just going to read out to you and say a few things about a situation where the lady tells her guy about her ex and especially sexual experience, and the guys are leaving. And some people say, the percentage is high that they have to leave. So you're torn between, should I lie or should I say the truth? So I'm just going to read the question, read the answer, say a few things if I have time. All right. Told him about my past experience on sex and why I resisted having sex with him or before marriage, and now he feels like there is more to it that I am not telling him. Just blaming myself for ruining this. Shouldn't have told him. No, my dear, you should tell. But how you tell and how you go about it matters. All right, so I'm just going to read a few things just to put perspective to that, the answers I gave her, and I'll add a few comments. A person that cannot believe you is not worth being with, no matter how you feel for them. Trust is the bedrock of relationships, all right? And that's so important, all right? You are not wrong to have let him know you aren't a virgin. Just like I teach and argue in my writings, no need to get descriptive of the details of your sexual past. Just okay to say you are not a virgin and your relationship in the past was sexually active, but you have decided not to be that way again. A worthy person would take this to the bank. All right. Then I continued and explained to her, unfortunately, part of what is happening here is that he is sexually pressed and sees this as occasion to sleep with you too. His human mind cannot imagine why you should have given someone else in the past and refuse him. Do not fall for this. This is what is happening. You're already seen in a level, so he's not discussing with you again at a level of honor and decency. He's trying to take advantage also. I'm not trying to blame. I'm not trying to say he's wicked. I'm just saying, look, his human mind is already kicking into action to say, you know what? Why should you give somebody in the past and you're doing what? What kind of repentance is this? But here's the deal. Just like the guys in the past, there's nothing that guarantees the future with him just because you slept with him. All right. So if he was God-fearing, he would react differently. Please be careful. This may hurt, but if it doesn't act like a man who is ready to take you, forward, irrespective of this, or have decent conversations, then he's not man enough. All right. If he is ready, he will apologize for the abuse to your emotion in the way he reacted and act differently. Your future with him in this area of trust will remain further unsettled if you give in to him. All right. He will come up with more reasons why you are morally too low to be trusted. Please hold your ground. Grace will avail you. Yes. If you don't hold your ground, this guy is going to further just think she's just a wreck. She decides today and she undecides tomorrow. All right. Somebody, as a follow-up to that, asked me this question. I know it is necessary to discuss about your past and we shouldn't be descriptive as you have told us. My question is, at what point in the relationship is this information of your past supposed to be discussed? And who is supposed to initiate it? I have heard a lot of girls who righteously told their fiancé the past, including body counts, and the men used it heavily on them and abandoned them. 80% of those who did full disclosure ended up not marrying. All right, how do we weigh the time to say it? I see even the full disclosure as an opportunity to understand what a person has been through in the past, but now it is weaponized. You're so right. You're so right. So I'm going to give the answer that I gave to this person and perhaps have further conversation with you. It's a great question. That's what I said. I wrote something about this a few months back. A look at it on the page and my book, Help, I Am in Love, will help. However, I must quickly say, anyone who highlights your past, whether it was discussed too early or not, is not set for life with you. All right. While a lot argue that it should not be disclosed too early, I am of the view that such topic be discussed at the earliest opportunity when commitment is on the table, so that you know what you are committing to. All right. That is to say, I'm quoting now what I suggested a lady can say, since this is the context of a lady. I do not want you to commit to I do not want to commit to you when you have not known the things about me. I understand most men are desperately want a virgin bride. I am sorry, that is not part of the package you are asking out here. I was sexually active in my past or past relationships. All right, that is, then I put in bracket just to make perspective clear. That's the past though. I have left that part. Now I put in bracket, if you have a record of being celibate a year, 2 months or something, say it. Because part of what you're trying to do here, you're trying to show a disconnection from a past. And part of why you're mentioning the past is so that you don't go and hear something and start saying, I lied to you. I didn't lie to you. All right, the past is the past. I don't highlight it. I don't emphasize it. I don't live based on it. So if I mention it to you for the sake of information so that you don't go hear something and be confused about whether I lied or not, if you can't leave it there, man, forget it. All right, so I've left that part. Perhaps for the last 1 year, 2 years, I've decided to be this way and I've not, had sexual encounters. All right, so lover boy, do you still want to marry the version of me you know? All right, so case closed. That's what I said to this person. If he wants to know how many men and how many times, too far. Forget that conversation. That's too far. All right, what are you doing with the count? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, and because you're dropping it early enough, he has the opportunity to decide whether he must be virgin or not virgin, and he'll stop disturbing. That's why I'm asking, are you still ready to go on with me? All right, so because 2 things I've dropped on the table, and that's why I encourage you also. This is not about living a reckless life and thinking that every man should accept also. Yeah, that's why I said, I have told you about the past. I have told you who I am, who I now am. I've also told you the record of who I am now, because the Bible also says, by their fruit you shall know them. So it's not that I left Emeka just last week, then left Timothy the week before, but I have changed. I'm the same person who wrote about, look, change is in what you can see. All right, change is factual. So I encourage you girls, if in case you are still reckless with your sexual life, whether male or female, this is the time to ask yourself, would I have any record, any type of record to show that this thing is really past? So that's part of what you need. You need a record. And I'm not talking about a lie, I'm talking about the truth. All right, you need a good record. All right, let me just finish up the responses I gave to this person. If he wants to know the styles and how you did it, too far. That's unnecessary. All right. Did you ever have an abortion? This sounds tricky, but it's a straightforward question. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. All right. So it's so important to be able to answer the question. Why are you answering that? I said something here. Is there any concern about your sexual past I should be concerned about? Now, this one requires full disclosure. If there's anything like womb issues, etc. Bottom line is, anything that is in the past that can affect the future with them is what they're entitled to know. In fact, that's the bottom line. All right, so if you had any condition, if you had any situation or that happened that affects your future with them, all right, other than that, probing your past is a proof that they cannot be focused on the future with you. They are overly focused on the past is a problem, it's a red flag. All right, it is okay that 7 demons were cast out of Mary Magdalene and she lived in the red light district and prostituted. But the Bible never focuses on these as the main narrative. Her deliverance and new life was the emphasis going forward. Her past was only in mention to complete her testimony and highlight the importance of the power and the grace of God. All right, that's the only reason why Mary Magdalene's past was mentioned. Now, never be bothered by how many men leave good women because she had the past. Most of them cannot even count the ladies they have been with and are totally unfair in their judgment of the ladies. Well, meanwhile, it is not even a matter of comparison. It is that not all men are worthy of a good woman. So that 80% or whatever percentage do not know what love is to stay. Now remember, when Jesus asked them if none had sinned, they should cast the stone, and they all left. What happened? Jesus alone was the one who could condemn, but all he said was, neither do I. So it doesn't matter who the guy is. If he cannot say neither do I, then the man has no future with you. Jesus had a future with Mary Magdalene in the sense of becoming a disciple and an apostle and following, because he could not focus on her past but focus squarely on her future. All right, so your God-ordained type of life partner will not condemn or walk away from you because you disclosed your past. He will not probe into it for details. All right, Jesus did not take inventory of which men came into her and how they came into her and how many rounds they had of her and how much they paid her. He did not want to empower her past above her destiny. He did not want to empower her history above her destiny. That is the man. I'm not going to say more. I think just listen to this again and to give you perspective. God bless you.